Welcome to the Destination Procrastination podcast. I am Christian,
And I'm Rob.
and we are here to entertain you with some useless bullshit.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct, to be honest.
So, how have you been, Rob?
I've been pretty alright. Yeah, things have been going alright. So, coronavirus is finally fucking slowing down so I can meet up with some of my friends again. That's pretty nice.
How it feels to not be in America.
True.
I know.
Though cases have been going up, so I'm like, eek.
Ew,
Okay.
oh no.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult on that front. I'm like, okay, well, better get the most of it while I can.
What have you been doing?
Like, I haven't really been doing much. Like, I've been working on stuff. I've been like collaborating with a bunch of people, but that's all in my bedroom. So
yeah.
I haven't honestly gone out that much, considering.
COVID. And just
Yeah,
being a lazy person.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
we're called
that's true.
Destination Procrastination for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been
Everyone's
like,
like,
oh,
yeah.
go on.
Everyone's like, oh my God, you're doing such an amazing part, helping, everyone around you by not going outside. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is how I normally live.
This just gives me an excuse to be a waste of life.
You mean you're all like me now?
You're suicidal because of this? I'm because I'm suicidal.
Yeah, exactly. I did it first, okay?
Following my trend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've mostly just been bored, dude. I haven't done shit.
Yeah.
Like, it hasn't been bad or anything. It's been really uneventful. Like, I haven't, I don't know. Plus, since I live in America, it's kind of scarier. Because I don't want to go out and then just, get butt fucked by coronavirus. But,
Yeah, I understand that. Like, okay, like the few times that I met up with friends, it's always been like really small groups. Like, I think
Yeah.
6 people was the max for the past couple of weeks. And it's pretty much the same friend group every time. So it's not too bad.
nah.
But, so for example, like one of my best friends, he's going to be having his birthday soon, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, his 19th. But the problem is, like, he could only have 6 people over.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it sucks. So, like, at best, he's gonna have to, like, choose, like, who's going. At worst, like, he'll just either not have it or
Yeah.
he'll try and invite more people, which I don't think he'd do. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. Like, there's a couple other people, my friend Glenn as well. He, I think it's his birthday today, so shout out to Glenn for that. Yeah.
And you're busy doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Imagine being the 7th person on the list to be invited.
Oof.
Oh, God.
I can imagine.
Are you the 7th?
Probably, to be honest, yeah. He's like, dude, you show up to every single party just for once.
Just for once, stay behind.
Yeah. But, so he's going to be having his party, like, soon enough, but his birthday is later, and he's having it soon because he's actually going to New York.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, that's like a whole topic itself.
Yeah.
But, like, it's going to be, like, difficult with, like, he's my best friend, and I'm not going to be able to see him for so long.
Oh.
And as well as that,
COVID.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what happens if it's difficult for him to get back? Or, if his parents are just like, you probably shouldn't come back because it's safer, like, to just stay where you are. So.
I'm starting school tomorrow. I'm kind of nervous about that. Yeah, like, I'm going in school. So.
Damn.
I mean, I don't mind wearing a mask, but, like, I live in the country area where absolutely nobody has COVID. Like, I think there's literally maybe 1 or 2 cases around me in, like, the 5 cities around me. Like, nobody has COVID.
Yeah.
Nobody. But I feel like because of that, like, I'm still gonna wear a mask. I'm gonna follow the regulations. Why wouldn't I? Just in case. I feel like there's gonna be kids in my school who are like arguing with the teachers about wearing a mask and shit. It's like, dude, it's just a fucking mask. Deal with it. That's the main thing I'm not looking forward to. I don't want people to get in a bunch of arguments with the teachers. Like, just make the learning experience easier on us. God.
Yeah, there's like a lot. Like, there aren't too many cases near where I live. Like, I know, like, friends of friends who've gotten it,
I don't. I don't know
I do, and
anybody.
it's scary.
Really?
Like I talk to my friends and they're like, "Oh yeah, like one of my friends got it who's just down the road from me." And I'm like, "Oh my god. Like I know that house. I know where that is." It's scary.
The thing that
But
concerns
yeah.
me is that we have no clue what numbers are correct. Because my friend, I have a friend named Costa. His family
Mhm.
bought 20 of the home kit test things for COVID. They sent
Oh
them back.
yeah.
They didn't even do the tests, but they sent them
Mhm.
back to be tested. Like they didn't even touch the fuckers. They just sent them back. And
Mhm.
13 came out positive.
Yeah.
What
You
the
see,
fuck?
I think that everything, especially in America, in my
Yeah,
opinion, is being sort of rushed.
exactly.
But you know, it's difficult. And like,
I can't tell if they're exaggerating numbers to like make a more public scare or if it's just because they're not putting enough time into testing in general. Like I don't know which it is. I don't know if it's being rushed or if it's just straight up lying.
no, I just think it's rushed. I'd
Probably.
say like where I am, actually, cases are going back up again.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, it sucks. Not specifically where I am, but like counties around me,
Yeah.
especially Dublin, because Dublin's numbers are currently like rising a lot. I think it's like 150 new cases for like a day.
A day?
A day.
What the
I
fuck,
may be
dude?
wrong, and that might be over the week. But even if it's over the week, that's a lot,
That is a lot.
considering that like that's gonna spread to more people and more people. Yeah, it's worrying to think about. So, you know, even though you sort of have the mentality of like, okay, maybe it's finally like it's done or whatever,
Yeah,
and
it's
then you get a
not.
second wave, it's not.
It's not.
I was looking into like a bit of news about it, right?
Yeah.
And I was seeing like two completely different point of views from scientists. One of them was that it's going to be gone in like the next year or 2 years, and the other outlook was it's just going to be a new flu.
Yeah. I think that's more accurate to be a new flu.
I mean, obviously, if there's like a shot that you can get,
Yeah.
so you can get
A
immune from
vaccine
it,
or
that's,
something.
yeah, it's not that bad.
No.
But if it's just we don't have the vaccine for the next couple years, like, what are people even going to do at that point? It's worrying. I mean, at least for me.
I mean, I think it's worrying for everybody
Mm-hmm.
because it's
Yeah.
like you never know who's gonna get it or who could get it, or it
Mm.
affects certain people worse than others. You know?
Yeah. A lot of my friends, like, they themselves are fine, but like their parents have issues.
Oh yeah.
Like some of my dad's friends like have like uh what's what I'm looking for, immunodeficiency disorders and stuff like that, where they
Mhm.
literally like their blood cells just aren't good enough. So it's like worrying about them as well, because most people who dismiss it are usually thinking of themselves, and like you can understand that to an
Yeah.
extent, but the problem is not like the young people, it's who you're
It's the
talking
older
to.
people.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
mostly the older. Yeah, it affects them a lot
It's who
worse.
you're meeting with,
Yeah.
that's they're the people who are gonna, or like, your best friend's like grandmother or whatever. You need to really look outside of your own circle to
You do.
understand just how like serious a lot of it can be.
See, I'm not scared for myself. I'm not scared for my mom, but I'm scared for my grandparents because I live with them. And it's like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't. If I got it and I lived alone or I just lived with my mom or something, like I literally would
Hmm.
not care. You know, I'd obviously
Yeah.
stay inside. Why the fuck would I leave my house if I'm sick? But
Hmm.
like, you know what I mean. I, I I'm mostly just concerned for them, not really
Hmm.
myself.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, yeah, I suppose moving on from a less serious topic.
Are you kidding me?
Um,
I take my TV shows very seriously.
and my COVID, not at all. Uh,
Nah, I already told you I'm not scared of that shit.
yeah, what have you been watching recently? TV shows, movies, and YouTube as well.
So
Pretty much anything.
I started Lucifer season 5 came out, and
Ooh.
I'm already kind of disappointed because wait, do you know the
Hmm.
show or do you need me to explain?
I have a lot of friends who watch it, but I've never like delved in myself. So
Okay. So it's about the devil, as you can tell by the
yeah.
title, Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he goes down to earth because he gets tired of ruling hell and wants to backstab God. Because like,
Of course.
though it's set up different than the actual Christian religion. It's based on the DC comic book series of Lucifer, where like
Oh yeah.
God has a bunch of angel children. So like
Mhm.
you know, Lucifer's the son of God in this,
Yeah.
and he's trying to defy his dad the entire time, which is God, and he falls in love with this girl. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like it's so much. Basically, Lucifer becomes a good guy who's also a bad guy, but mostly a good guy to defy his
Mhm.
dad.
An
And
anti-hero.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
in season 5, it's split into 2 parts because they didn't want to cancel it because of COVID. So what they did is
Mhm.
they got what they could get done, and then they're gonna put the second part of season 5 up when they're done recording after COVID
Yeah.
is calmed down and stuff. And I just feel like it's a 6 out of 10. And the reason why is because it's just every other season has been 10 out of 10. It has been amazing, but this one just feels
Yeah.
so slow, and they have random filler episodes. I'm wondering how you can even have filler episodes when it's only 8 episodes. Like I'm not done with it yet, and it's literally a bore to try to finish it. I don't know why.
Yikes.
Like I love this show. It's one of my favorite shows, but I don't know what's going on with it. It's just it hasn't been interesting. Most of the characters don't feel like themselves. It's just
Mhm.
the writing has definitely dipped. I'll say
Do you
that.
think that's like anything to do with COVID, or is this
The-
all like legit? It was shot before.
This was all shot before.
Okay.
Yeah, they just didn't get the second half shot, but they got the first half.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm just like, how the fuck? Like, I hope that they use COVID as a chance to write better.
Okay, you're locked in your houses. Write some good stuff now.
Write good shit.
You don't
okay?
have a choice.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't feel like Lucifer is
Yeah.
the way I'd say it. What about you? What has been the main thing you're watching?
So as far as TV series, I've been watching a show called Kingdom, it's a Netflix produced series.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Korean, and it's a great show. Like I love it. There's only 2 seasons out at the moment, and I think the third is being greenlit, but don't quote me on that.
okay.
Um,
I'm gonna quote it.
it's pretty like suspected that it's going to be greenlit because it has a pretty good following and it's getting good reviews. So yeah, it's a great show. It's Korean. Synopsis is basically that zombies break out in medieval Korea. Yeah,
That's such an
and
odd like combination of things.
it sounds odd, but it's honestly kind of amazing at points
Like
because
it
like
works. Yeah.
yeah, it definitely works. And the reason that it works is seeing like the rulers and leaders of like, you know, the place where it's being infected having to come up with solutions for like trying to get rid of fucking zombies, you know?
Yeah.
They have to come up with traps and stuff. And like the zombies are slightly different from normal zombies that you'd think of in most stuff. They're more like vampires in the fact that like so when the sun comes up, they run and hide under like large boulders and stuff like that. They try and stay in shadows, and they sort of like die, I guess. Like they don't have a pulse,
Oh.
so they seem dead. But then when it becomes night again, they get right back up and they start attacking. So yeah,
you
it's
said that
a
there's
great show.
traps and stuff.
Oh yeah,
What's
not the
coolest
anime
trap?
kind. So like one of the traps that they set up would be, especially there's a great moment which I don't want to spoil, but the trap that they set up is that it's a pretty simple trap, but it's honestly pretty smart. Is that they dig out a gigantic pit, put a bunch of spikes in it, throw leaves and stuff over it, so that the zombies will just fall right into the spikes. Another thing is that the zombies are afraid of fire, so of course they just like giant bonfires around like all the villages.
Yeah.
To try and get them to stay away. They're afraid of water. So at one point they put people on ships and like there's a little bridge that the zombies can run over and they shoot them from the ships. And the zombies can't get to them. It's stuff like that.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, I would definitely try to like live on a boat.
Yeah, it would work.
And like and are they smarter than the average zombie, or are they still like dumb, dim-witted? Oh fuck. I was gonna say if they were like dumb zombies, just live on the water. Like they could not get to you.
They're pretty dumb.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're pretty dumb. They have moments where it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of like an interesting thing that they would do.
Yeah.
But they're pretty dumb. So you'd be pretty safe. If they were any smarter than they were, I think, medieval Korea would be fucked. So
Oh yeah, it's the
pretty
medieval
lucky.
times.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
forgetting that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a great show, and like half of it is politics. It's like really going in depth with like a criticism of the regimes at the time, because a lot of it is like, we need to defend ourselves. Oh wait, every single peasant is hungry, desperate for food. They can't defend themselves. Everything is trash, and yeah, it's a great show, and the writing is just great, honestly. So yeah, Kingdom, great show. I'd recommend it. I'd say, like, I don't know, 8 out of 10 so far, maybe a 9.
8 out of 10.
if I'm pushing it.
Ooh.
I'd say 8 out of 10. I'd say 8. It's really good and I'm enjoying it.
Have you
I
been
think
Oh, what?
oh, one last thing, yeah. I think like that's a pretty small budget, but that's because it's a Korean show. So I think if it gets a third season, it'd probably get a higher budget, and I'd be really fucking excited to see that, because some of like the battles and stuff in the second season are great.
Have you been watching like any anime or anything? Anything animated?
Anime? No, I don't think so. Nothing
Really?
recently. No.
Okay, I've been watching a lot of romance animes.
Of course.
Yes, you already know I'm the lover boy. I watched this one called Toradora. It
Mhm.
is the best romance anime I have ever seen. So like,
Damn.
it's so I like the slice of life anime where it's like not really that different from our lives. So it's
Mhm.
just like an average high school anime where this guy is like hated by everybody for some reason just because he looks like really scary or something. But
Mhm.
like I don't even think he looks that scary. I just think I don't know. And then there's this girl. Oh, what's her fucking name? Oh shit, she's the main character too.
Mhm.
Shit, this is Taiga. She's adorable. First of all, I'm not saying I'd
Oh
fuck an
yeah.
anime character. I'm just saying if I did, it would be her. Oh,
Okay, that's fair.
That's very fair.
My list would probably be very long.
Oh no.
Yeah. I haven't seen too many like romance animes. I think
Really?
the most I've seen Yuri on Ice. That's
Yuri on Ice.
I like that way more than I should, to be
You
completely
do?
honest. Like I started watching it with my best friend as a joke, and we were laughing our asses off for like the first 4 episodes. Then he stopped laughing, and I just got really invested. So, yeah,
I remember watching Beastars as a joke.
Oh no!
Like,
and now
oh
you're a
God,
furry,
this is
right?
good. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was so
Cool.
good.
Just checking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yuri on Ice is one of the only other ones, and I think I watched Oremo, which, if you know what that is.
No.
Okay, good.
Oh. Yeah.
It's sort of infamous. Because how fucking weird it is. I like it.
You like it? Okay.
Yes, I do like it.
Is it
So
child
fucking hang me for that. No, I wouldn't say so. It's not fully like all the way there, but I wouldn't say
Oh,
it's child appropriate.
I thought when
It's,
when you first said don't watch it, or like good that you don't know it, I thought it was just basically hentai. I was like, oh.
Nah, unfortunately it's not. Nah, it's just incest. Incest is wincest.
You think that's any better?
Is incest better than hentai?
A real debate.
Yeah.
That one meme where it has like the 4, like, I don't know, they're probably like 10 or so people. They're sitting at the like the 10-year-olds, and they're all sitting at the table, and it has like a caption for something like is Earth really flat? You know, the memes like that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that, it's like, is incest better than hentai? Serious discussion.
The only way to find out is to do both at the same time, obviously.
Well, you can do incest. You can't do hentai.
Is that a challenge?
Fuck some piece of paper.
Man.
Yeah, I think we've been on this topic long enough. I didn't even touch half the shit I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's TV shows. Okay, I'll start with a movie that I saw recently, and oh my god, I love it.
What is it?
Like, It's a movie called 1408, 1408. And it is just so good. It's so underrated.
What's it about?
So it stars Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack, and it's about a horror writer who basically has spent his career disproving everything and saying that, oh, everything is fake, ghosts don't really exist and stuff like that. And then he gets a postcard saying not to enter room 1408 at the Dolphin Hotel in New York. And so the first thing he does
is
he
does that.
goes straight to it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He's and it's based off of a Stephen King short story, by the way. Ooh. So Stephen King said it was one of his favorite adaptations of his work. So it makes sense, to be honest, because it is really so good. Yeah, it's very Shining-esque.
How are the effects? Can you tell that they're like fake? Because I know there's some cheap effects used in some movies that don't have a high budget, where it's like, oh, I can tell exactly what they did there. Instead of
I'd say like they don't really use effects for the most part because they don't need them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. He's trying to disprove random shit that could happen, not see it. Unless that's exactly what room 1408 is.
The first while of the movie is just spent like establishing his character, and honestly it like needs it because it works out so well. I love how it's structured and everything.
I know you're a movie fanboy. You like movies
I watch so many movies. But yeah, so let me get into the plot a bit more.
Okay.
He goes to this room, to the hotel anyway, to go up to the room. Samuel L. Jackson is the hotel manager, and he's trying to convince him that, you know, whatever you do, you can't go in that room. John Cusack immediately just thinks, oh, he's just trying to like sell it as like this really spooky thing that I shouldn't go to. But at the end of the day, he's going to let me stay the night, and I'm going to write a book about this, and, you know, he's going to make a bunch of money from people coming to stay at this spooky room.
Yep.
Eventually, John Cusack is let into the room, and oh my god, I love it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're trying not to spoil it, but you're trying to also like give a description.
Yeah, of course, because like there's so much that you could spoil about it, so I'm trying to be careful and tiptoeing around stuff. One thing, like one quote that I like is Samuel L. Jackson is talking to him like on the elevator up to the room, and John Cusack is like, you know, so what am I going to be seeing, you know, spooky spirits or ghouls? And Samuel L. Jackson turns to him and he's just like, no, it's just an evil fucking room. Like that, it really sums it up, because like you don't really see like spooky fucking specters or monsters or whatever.
Yeah.
Literally, it's just the room that's trying to kill him. And the room is messing with his head. Things are where they shouldn't be, stuff like that. And I just love how it works, because it's much more of a thriller than it is a horror. And it uses the horror aspects that it has to its fullest extent to work with the story. To like work on top of everything.
So how do you watch it? Like, where did you find it? Because I want to watch it now.
So I was watching Chris Stuckman. I don't normally watch his stuff, but sometimes I go through his channel and I saw him talking about it, and he said like it's one of the most underrated horror movies he had seen. And I completely agree with him. Like, oh boy. Okay, I need to say this. If we're talking about Stephen King movies, I don't really like The Shining.
I've never watched it. I've never been a horror fan. I'll be real with you.
Yeah. I'm only saying okay good because otherwise you'd probably be killing me right now. It's not that bad. I just don't like it that much.
I have like a huge phobia of blood, and that's why I don't like horror movies. Like blood just grosses me out. I don't know why. I cannot handle. Like I know it's fake, obviously, but like still, but I'm getting better with it. So I think I might try to watch 1408.
Okay, there's not like too much in that movie.
Is it on Netflix or like where is it at? That's what I was asking.
I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of difficult to get a copy of it. So
I think I know a website that I can't publicly say I use that I can watch it on. Yeah,
of course.
Speaking of that.
One thing I'll say. So if you're gonna watch this movie, and this goes to like anybody even listening as well, it's very important that you watch the right version. So, when they made the movie, the ending of the short story, I can't remember how the short story ends, but I'm pretty sure like it just ends very abruptly. So for the movie, they had to like change the ending a bit, and there are actually 3 different endings for the movie.
Shit.
Yeah. So the one that you will find pretty much everywhere online, the Blu-ray edition, also known as the director's cut, it's the worst ending.
Really?
In my opinion, it just like...
Wait, have you watched every ending?
Yes, I have. I like
Huh.
Googled them on YouTube after, because you can see them
okay.
on YouTube. Like, just like, because people will upload like just the ending bit.
Yeah. I'll probably just do that too.
Yeah.
Just
So,
find what I can and then watch the other endings, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of the better options. The director's cut has more stuff like in the middle of the movie as well, but the ending, in my opinion, is just worse. Yeah, than the theatrical cut. So there are problems with both endings that, you know, I would obviously get into if, you know, you
wanted
had seen
to spoil it.
Yeah. But yeah, great movie. I absolutely love it. And in my opinion, I know a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for this. I kind of think it's better than The Shining. So, yeah, I love it.
The only movie that I've watched recently, it's called The True History of the Kelly Gang. I remember talking to you about it a little bit. I still think you should watch it. It's probably really good for you to watch because you're Irish. It's about how the Irish were originally like controlled by like the British would treat the Irish so poorly, and it's about like this revolt that you know, their last name is Kelly, so it's the Kelly Gang. They're revolting against the British and the unfair treatment against the Irish. It's like a historical movie, and it's not comedic, but there are comedic moments. Like it doesn't try to be comedic, but you know, you have to have comedic value in a movie. Even I would argue, in even the most serious of movies, if you want to keep attention, you have to have a couple funny.
Oh wait, I think I know what this is about. It's about the Australian guy who wore like a giant suit of armor, right?
He did, yes.
Yes.
I thought he was Irish. He's Australian?
Born in Australia. Yeah.
Oh shit, this entire movie I thought it was about the Irish. There's no way they called him Irish.
Maybe it's like the American Irish where they're not really Irish, but you know, they mean like originally descended.
They have Irish accents, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard of this guy. Let's see. His dad was born in Tipperary in Ireland. Yeah. So his parents were Irish.
The movie is fucking crazy. I will say, it's like, it was hard for me to understand. Like, I still don't think I fully get the message of it. Because, like, as simple as it sounds, there's a lot of stuff that happens. Like, there's a lot that happens in that 2-hour movie. A lot. I don't even know if it's 2 hours. It might be less than that. But there was a lot. And it's like so many endings you don't get the ending to. Like, so many side stories. And I think it was done that way on purpose, so you do your own research on the topic. Because it's based on, as the title says, it's based on real events. You know what I mean? So I think they want you to do research. And yeah, it's crazy. I'm trying not to spoil shit. It's so hard, but like, yeah. I will say there are titties in the movie.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. I mean, the girl's pretty hot too.
That's all you had to say.
That's all I had to say. I will say I did not think the girl was of age at first, and I was kind of scared. I was like, "Holy shit, is this child porn?" No, she is of age. Her face looks really young, but she is not young. She is legal.
Accidentally just splice some child porn into this downloaded copy of True History of the Kelly Gang.
Yes.
That's how they hide it, obviously.
Did you hear about that? There's this video game, right? And I remember watching.
I'm scared where this is going.
Have you heard of 𝕲𝖆𝖆𝖉𝖔?
Yeah. I know the channel, but I haven't watched him too much.
He's one of my favorite YouTube channels ever. His comedy is right up my alley. He has this one video. It's on a video game. I forget what it's called. It's really old, but like is based on. Do you know what spring break is? Because I know that you are not from America. How they like have huge
in
parties
America,
and
yeah.
shit. How they
Yeah,
have
yeah,
huge... Okay, so they based a game off of that where if you get, it's a trivia game. If you get the questions right, you get to see titties. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the game has been removed from all shelves because one of the girls was 17 and a week away from being 18.
Oh, yeah. I think I might have heard about that. I'm not entirely sure though. I have like the faintest memory of one of those things where like yeah, it was like barely, but she was 17.
Yeah, it was like she was so close to being 18.
Yeah.
And I think,
That
okay,
is-
I don't want to start like something controversial, but if it's that close, who really cares? A week away, who cares?
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? I don't like. I'm not. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It might just be because I'm 17, so it just doesn't seem like a big deal to me.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You're 18, aren't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna comment.
It's okay for me to say you're a pedophile if you say it. Wait, 17 is legal where you live.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But obviously that doesn't go for images or anything. So
Yeah, obviously.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So like when it comes to that, they should have done their research with the girls. It's kind
They
of
asked her and she said she was 18.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she said she was 18.
Damn. Okay. How could they like?
I think
from
here's what
shelves?
happened. They asked after it was already made. So they're like,
Yeah.
"Yo, how old are you?" "Oh, 18." They didn't ask when she actually, when the pictures were taken, but they found out like her birth date and stuff, and they're like, she wasn't 18 yet.
Well, boys.
It's funny because the punchline of it all, I'm not saying it's a joke, but if it was a joke,
boy.
the punchline is, that's the last girl you see in the game too.
Is it?
Yes.
That's amazing.
So if you want to see child porn in that game, you
gotta work for it.
You gotta work for it.
You don't get that shit easy, okay?
Nope. Who thought it was a good
my
idea to
God.
make that? Like a trivia game where you get to see like, I'm not complaining. But
No.
who thought that was a
Of
good-
course not.
The ending skit of the YouTube video, I don't think it's really a spoiler because it's a YouTube video, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's all just gags the whole time, so I'm gonna spoil it.
Go ahead.
At the end of it, he's like, he sells the copy for free that he has. He's like, he's giving it away. He's like, this is totally innocent video game with naked women, and a guy he takes it and then he walks away. He's like, that guy just got free child porn.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's really funny. If you get a lot of questions wrong, it'll play a video clip of this girl going, you want to see titties, don't you? Yes.
The one gay guy at the party. Maybe? Is that what we're doing?
Fuck. Are there men? While we're on the topic of video games.
Tits.
While we're on the topic of video games, what have you been
Oh,
playing?
yes. I have been playing Factorio. That's pretty much the only thing that I've been playing recently.
Factorio. What is that?
Yes. Oh, you don't even know what it is?
No.
Ooh, okay. Factorio I used to play a lot.
Is it like a .io game?
No.
No, okay. Okay.
No. It's just it's a game that was in early access for a long time. It's one of the few early access games that I would say was like, it was worth the wait nearly.
Yeah.
Factorio, I have about 60 hours in it.
Oh shit.
That's only the Steam version. I played the one that wasn't on Steam before a lot longer. But yeah, I put a lot of time into this game. So the basic idea is that you crash your like ship onto an alien planet. There's trees, there's resources, there's coal, and you need to build a rocket to escape.
So it's kind of like Subnautica, but in space.
Yeah. However, the main focus on it is in the title. Factorio. It's about factories. So you
Ooh.
actually have to build your own like production line because by hand you cannot craft everything. It just takes too long.
No.
So your entire goal is to make these just stupidly gigantic and way too complicated production lines. Like you start off slow, and as you keep going and going and going, like you just end up with conveyor belts going in every single direction. It's so much fun because it's just addicting.
You know what they should do?
Yeah.
You know speedruns?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody should do the opposite of that and make a slow run where
Oh,
actually
God.
they do try to craft everything by hand.
Oh no,
Oh,
that's
God.
just sad.
That would be horrible, dude.
Like, I'm trying to think like how long like that would take because you can upgrade stuff. So you're just making items like every second, whereas normally that would take you like 20 seconds to make.
Oh shit.
So that's like I just feel bad for you at that point if you're trying to make it.
Instead of waterboarding, that's how we should have tortured him.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I've been playing it a lot recently because let me quickly check. About 10 days ago, it was finally released as a full version 1.0.
Oh.
Yeah. So as soon as I saw that, I started playing it again, booted it up, started a new save, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
How much did it cost? Was it free?
It's not free, but you know, that's honestly pretty grand because it means there's no goddamn microtransactions. Let me quickly check. It's about €25.
€25. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering I have like 60 hours, that's pretty good, right? You get a lot of time out of it.
I might watch some YouTube videos on it. If I like it when I get a new computer, I'll buy it.
I would recommend it.
Sounds
fun. There's also multiplayer as well. So yeah, and not only so like the main sort of campaign is that you have to build your spaceship, but there's other types of campaigns. So some of them are like you need to collect this amount of resources. You need to there's also extensive railway building, so you might need to connect two places by train or whatever. And throughout all those campaigns that are going on, you have the constant threat of like I don't know how to describe them, but like a monster basically. And the more that you pollute, the more that they grow. Because they literally like feed off the pollution. So as you build your factory, the monsters get stronger and stronger and stronger. And then if like the trail of pollution leads back to your base, which you can view on the map, then they'll come right for you, and you need to build up defenses for that. How do you build up defenses? You build towers, which require ammo, and you craft the ammo using conveyor belts and, you know, machine stuff. So you build giant conveyor belts for all your ammo as well. It's just, everything feels like it just basically clicks together. And
everything ties together.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of effort and care put into the game. So
it's almost like every positive thing causes a negative.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because the more that you expand your factory, the bigger the monsters get. But then you have to waste materials to get rid of the monsters by building the towers.
Yeah, and another thing is that you can heavily customize your own world and like how it's generated. But one of the most interesting things for me is that like, yeah, you do start with a lot of resources. So you start with coal, you start with stone, iron, copper, all that. But they can run out. And once they run out, you're going to have to look for the next place that has iron or copper. And often those are really far away. So you need to connect them by trains, and then you need to automate the trains. So it's automatically like mining and bringing over iron and stuff. It gets really complicated, but it's so much fun because, especially with friends, because you're just constantly like, okay, you need to work on that. You need to work on that. Designing rail systems, and the rail systems are like stupidly complicated as well.
You just get to be a dictator, dude.
It's the type of, it's just really is one of those games where like you start at complete base zero right at the bottom, and then you build your way up and get more and more complicated.
Is there an actual ending to the game, or do you just play forever?
Again, depending on the campaign, it'll change, but the main campaign's goal is the
rocket ship.
Yeah. So once you build that, you can, you know, escape. There's also just a sandbox mode to just play and build and expand as much as you want.
I think that's what I'd want to do. Probably.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I've always been a fan of like more open sandbox games that you don't have to
Yeah.
finish. You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
why I like Minecraft so much. Because yeah, there's an ending, but it's not.
Mhm.
That doesn't have to be the end. I mean, even if it's called the end, it doesn't have to be the end.
Yeah, so Factorio, a lot of fun. Been playing it a lot recently.
I've been playing
So
Super
yeah.
Mario Party because I just bought it, and like
Ooh.
it is. It's better. Okay, so I didn't like all the Mario parties that they've been making lately because like
Mhm.
everybody moves together. Why
Oh,
the fuck? Why
yeah.
would you add that into Mario Party? And one thing that Super Mario Party does right, it's the newest one. It's on the Switch. I'm assuming it's the
Mhm.
newest one. I'm like
Yeah.
100% sure it is, but it might not be. Everybody moves separately, so that's a big plus. But it feels so. I don't know how to explain it. All the Mario Party games are luck based, but there was
Mhm.
still skill involved. This one just
Yeah.
feels unfair. Like this one feels like all luck. And
Mm.
what's cool, what I do like is that they add person-specific dice that you can use. So certain
Mhm.
dice will give you more like spaces or less or whatever, depending on the character. But there's other attributes like Bowser's. You can roll 10 blocks, so where you can like walk 10 spaces, but you also have 2 chances to lose coins on the
Yeah.
die and not move at all. And
Mhm.
it's I don't know. I like that. I like that they gave like person-specific dies. It works really, really well with Mario Party because it's like you have to pick a character whose die that you like, but you always have the option of using the regular die too. So you can always use
Mm.
the 1 through 6, but you can
Mhm.
switch out anytime depending on what you want to use. So you can be tactical about it. Like if you want to take the risk to go 10 spaces, you can take that risk. But if you
Mhm.
just want a guaranteed moving like 1 through 6, you can do that,
Yeah.
which I like. And you can also get these things called allies, where it's just other characters join your team that aren't in the actual game. Like,
Mhm.
let me explain. So it's all the characters that are in the game, but I mean like that are in your party, kind of
Mhm.
how to explain it. And you, if you get an ally, they roll a block that's either 1 or 2, and they add that to whatever you roll, and you also get the
Oh,
ability to use
right.
their die.
Hmm.
And it's a really good game, but like I said, it just feels so unfair because they have bonus stars at the end when you're done. And I
Oh.
swear to God, I never get them. I swear, no matter
Mhm.
what it is, because it's random which bonuses it'll be, like what it'll
Yeah.
be based on every time. And it just feels like they only go for things that I didn't do.
Yeah. Is it like a balancing thing where it tries to like give the lower players a
No, it's just random.
no?
It's just
No. Okay.
random. I'm
That's
just like,
yeah,
what
that's
the
kind of
fuck?
stupid.
It is, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
think it should be in the benefit of probably the player, and especially with me because I just get butt fucked by the dice. Like, the mini games are really good compared to usual. The
Yeah.
only ones that I don't like is that the Joy-Cons, you have to like
Mhm.
rotate them around for certain mini games, like to make it
Mm.
fit in certain spaces. I'm like, why the like I don't even half the time it doesn't feel like it lines up right. Like I'll go to the right and it feels like it goes to the left. And I'm like, what the fuck is it doing?
Mhm.
It takes me forever, but the computer players are so bad at the mini games that I win every single time on the mini games.
Big flex.
It's they're just suck, dude. They're so bad, but it's also bad when you get it. So there's team mini games, and since I always play
Mhm.
alone, I have to be with a computer player. I'm like, dude, just go where I am. You'll fucking win the game. Come on. They just don't. Oh, it annoys me. I hate whenever they just randomly make it a team game instead of a free for all. Because I'm
Yeah.
just like, I don't want to work with them.
Mhm.
They're not helping me. I could do this 2-player mini game by myself.
Damn, you're starting to sound like me. I get really competitive with stuff.
Dude, I do, especially in Nintendo games. So I'm a Nintendo boy. I don't really go out of
Yeah.
that range. I'm like Sonic, Mario. I know Sonic's not Nintendo, but you know what I mean. Like it's on Nintendo platforms mostly.
Mhm.
I am like so competitive and solo that people will ask to play with me on certain games, and I'll be like, no. They'll be like, but I've never played before. I'll be like, it sucks to be you. I wanna play. And then whenever I
Oh.
play Call of Duty and shit, I never do teams. I'm always like, let's do free for all. And they're like, but I want to be on your team. And I'm like, no.
Oh, that's even more competitive than me. That's impressive.
I
Like
can't
after a point.
I can't stand working with people. I just can't.
Me when my music starts doing well.
And that's why you charge.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to charge anymore because that one dude quit rapping.
True. Oh yeah, one game that I completely forgot. It's a pretty small game. It doesn't really do much, like story-wise or whatever. It's just a kind of like fun thing to do as a side.
Yeah.
It's called 𝕾𝖍𝖆 𝖉𝖔 𝖻.
That sounds familiar.
It's amazing.
Is it older? Is it like a Flash game or is it like an actual game?
It looks like a Flash game, but it's pretty recent, I think.
Really? Okay.
Okay,
then it's not what I'm thinking of. I remember playing a game that's like Stick People War or some shit like that.
Yeah, so basically, I was at my friend's house, and we were going through a bunch of games that he had on Steam. We were like, okay, what do we want to play? You know, just 1v1 each other. And that was pretty much the only game that was a versus, and he was like, all right, let's play this. And I don't want to brag, but I destroyed him. No, it was brutal, dude. I was killing him twice for every time that he killed me. And in a game that's as like fast paced as that, like you die in like seconds.
What's it called? What?
𝕾𝖍𝖆 𝖉𝖔.
𝕾𝖍𝖆 𝖉𝖔. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an online game, it says.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I have seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that game looks fun. It has a 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah, it pretty much deserves it. It's very exhilarating. It knows what it does, and it does it perfectly. Yeah, there's so much fun. It's just great to like hop in a game and play it with people. One of my favorite parts about it is the boss modes. So a crown comes down from like the ceiling of the level. Once you get the crown, you basically become a boss, and everybody else in the map has to defeat you. Now, of course, they could all kill each other, but you're so overpowered that they're probably going to end up just wanting to kill you first before they fight each other. And yeah, I just love that boss mode. It's great fun. You can customize a lot of the stages, you can customize the weapons, and I've also played it in a 3-person mode with me, my best friend, and my friend 𝕐𝖆.
Yeah.
And I also destroyed 𝕐𝖆.
It's like, only $5 too.
Yeah. It's
that makes
really
cheap.
It's perfect for what it like offers. Yeah, it's great. It genuinely
I'd probably
great.
pay 10 for it. Like they're selling it cheap.
You would deserve it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, whenever you get a good enough PC or whatever,
I know I need to upgrade.
You definitely do.
I do.
I don't think I need to upgrade. I need to get a new fan for my PC because my fan is currently broken and it doesn't hang on properly. Like it stays, but if I move my PC too much, then it can fall off, and I'm not dealing with that. So I literally just have my PC on its side at all times.
I'm a fan of your PC.
Okay, let's just pretend that I didn't hear that.
The awkward silence was like, should I repeat it? Did you hear me? So I almost said it again. If we were just quiet for like another second, I would have been like, I'm a fan of your PC.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Just pretending that I didn't hear that at all. Yeah, so that's pretty much the 2 games I've been playing recently.
Let's move on to the topic we love talking about.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Music.
So, music.
Yes.
So, what have you been listening to?
We should probably make it clear that we're artists ourselves. Like we've mentioned music here and there, but I don't think we've ever said that at all.
Do you think too many people are going to be listening if they don't know who we are? I'd be impressed because that'd be a pretty damn random discovery. To stumble upon this, but if so, I am 𝕻𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊, as I'm professionally known.
I am Rob.
I am 𝕻𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊. Put that in writing.
I'm young Shadøw.
And yeah, formerly known as 𝕾𝖍𝖆 the rapper.
Formerly known as 𝕾𝖍𝖆.
Of course.
Formerly known as Retro Plays.
Oh yeah, the famous Retro Plays.
Oh yeah, the guy who had 3 songs, one being a diss track on somebody nobody knows about.
Yeah, so we make music ourselves, and we made a bunch of songs together, made a full EP together, and you can check that out I'm sure it'll be linked somewhere on all this, and
Yeah.
if not, you could just search up like 𝕻𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊 on SoundCloud, and we'll be there.
And use the cool looking O with the line through for my name.
Oh yeah, like the Norwegian O that
Like the
only people
21
on phones can
Pilots O.
type. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you can type it on PC. You just got to search O with a line through and then copy and paste it. That's what I do.
Totally worth it. Totally worth
It
it.
is worth it, dude. That O looks so cool.
Young Shadøw.
Young
as it will be
Shadøw.
pronounced. Young Shadøw.
Young Shadøw.
Yeah, so music. What have you been listening to recently?
Okay, so Sewer just dropped his new album. Sewer is my favorite artist of all time.
Should have known.
𝕾𝖍𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it's not as impressive as his last album. But the highs are higher than the highs. It's just consistently not as good, is the way I'd say. And it's very similar, same producer and everything. And I think he basically confirmed on Twitter saying that these are just songs that didn't make it on the first one.
Yeah.
He made like 30
songs.
About
right.
And I think there were 11 on the first one. There's 7 on this one. So that means that he still has a lot in the vault.
Yeah.
But I just, simply because they're just cut, you can already tell that it's not going to be as great of a project. And that's why I kind of wish he dropped this one first. It would make a lot more sense. Yeah. It would make a lot more sense if he would have dropped this first. But I guess if they were outtakes, like he probably wasn't thinking about releasing them at all. But the highs were higher. Like I like the highs more than I like the highs of the last album. The last album was just consistently good. There was only one song that I didn't like. And on this one, I like every song, but the first one's kind of iffy, and like some of them here and there are just kind of like, they feel filler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wonder how you get a filler songs on a 7-song album. but it sounds filler. And I will say the best song is probably 𝕻𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊, which is the ending track. It is so good, dude. That's everything I wanted.
That is the most plays so far. It actually has surprisingly consistent plays.
All his albums do, dude. Except for after a couple weeks when people are just finding it, you know, out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But besides that, usually in the beginning, everybody who listens, because any true Sewer Person fan listens as soon as it comes out. I swear to God, I was there when it released at midnight. Like I was refreshing my page at midnight, and it refreshes. They're there, and it already had 14 plays, and I was like, "How the fuck are 14 people faster than me? I'm right, like it just turned 12."
Oh my God! It's like no. You don't remember where you were on 9/11, but I remember when Sewer Person dropped his surprisingly underwhelming 𝕾𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊 album.
I did the same shit with the last one too. And it was funny. I was so early last time, and like I don't even think nobody's really gonna know this because I doubt anybody else was doing this. He accidentally forgot to schedule the tracks last time, so he had to unprivate them himself, like you had to do last time. So I saw 5 songs listed when the album was released. I was like, I was so mad. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? 4 already released." He only added 1 song. That's it. And then I saw somebody in the Discord go, "Oh my God, song with 𝕾𝖆𝖉𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖊." I was like, "Where the fuck at?" So I refreshed it, and I see like 10 songs or 11 songs. I was like, "Oh, okay." I was so pissed, dude. I literally went into the living room to complain to my grandpa. I was like, "He dropped this album, and it's like an EP, dude." It only added 1 new song.
Fucking pissed.
Oh, dude, I was. I've never been
so
angry. And then I was like, "Oh, I was just so early that he didn't unprivate everything."
I'll need to like go through those individually and give him a listen, because I've been kind of just sort of staying back from Sewer Person, not really listening that much.
Just because I feel like it's less of you don't want to hear Sewer Person and more of you're still salty that he changed from Ninetales.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: this is basically Ninetales with more autotune.
That doesn't sound appealing.
And more distortion. And more singing. And his singing's a lot better than it used to be.
Like, so some of the, I've never really listened to like a Ninetales or Sewer Person album and being like impressed as an album.
Oh, dude.
I've always like heard songs and been like, "Oh, that's a good song," but I've never been like, "Oh, that's a good album" from him. So,
his albums are actually cohesive now. They didn't feel cohesive as Ninetales at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Unnamed Journey was the only one that felt cohesive.
Mm-hmm.
But his albums, Dream Hopping especially, Dream Hopping and this new one feels less cohesive, but it's still cohesive. Dream Hopping, every song flows perfectly. Like it's supposed to tell a story. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
So you might actually like it. The first track is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that for Dream Hopping. But the reason why is it's not supposed to be like a legitimate song. It's supposed to be like an intro type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's less of a song and more of just random noises.
Hmm.
What have you been listening to?
So recently, I've been listening to Spaceman Zach. He hasn't really released much new, but I've gone back through his older stuff, and I'm really like digging a lot of what he's released. I think let me quickly check. So like his releases are pretty staggered out, so I pretty much come back every now and then and just check what he's released.
Yeah.
As well as that, he released a song 2 days ago, which is pretty good. So yeah, I've been sort of like going back and forth through his catalog and really liking some of his stuff. Yeah, Spaceman Zach is one of the main ones.
I haven't heard of him at all except for that thing you sent me yesterday.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard you mention him, but I've never heard him whatsoever.
No, I love his stuff.
Actually, I didn't even listen to him till today because I was too busy working on my own shit yesterday, so I just uploaded it without even listening first. You could have sent me a guy you could have just sent me a porn clip, like audio, and I would have just uploaded moaning to the account.
I'll keep that in mind for next time. Yeah, Crying Tonight is like I think it was one of the first songs I heard from him, and I still love that. It's just so good. Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs by him.
Send me a link when we're done.
Yeah, I will. I'll send you a link in when this is over.
Yeah, the song you sent me, I was like unimpressed at first, but I thought his verse was way better than the chorus he did, or like the opening, because I was unimpressed with the opening. I didn't like it. But then when he switched his flow up, I was like, ooh, he's actually pretty good. He just felt mid to me, but like it got better. So
that song was not one of his best, like by far. That was pretty average.
Since you're such a big fan, like you take music pretty seriously. Like you're pretty good with music taste. You know what's good and what's not. I was like, really?
Yeah, I'll send you some of his stuff. Some of the stuff that I like best. Other than Spaceman Zach, I've also been listening to Breakins because
I've heard like 2 songs by him.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He's lyrically good and his flow's good. I just don't like his voice for some reason.
Really?
I don't know why. At least it's either that or I'm remembering it differently, but he had a really deep voice.
No.
Okay, maybe I'm not even thinking of the same
guy. Yeah. He does parts on quite a few songs where he whispers and his voice gets pretty high. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. Especially one of his some of his largest tracks.
I think I've only heard one song by him. I think I might have saved it. I'll see.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I really love his stuff. It's really different. It's not what I expect from a lot of his. Like going through his older catalog before, I think it's an EP or an album. It's just like there's a playlist. So yeah. If you go back before then, it's like really fucking weird and experimental.
Yeah.
And I think that now he's found a sound that is halfway in between that experimental side and more of like a listenable and available sound that people can sort of get into, and I just love it. I love what he's going for on that. It's very glitchy. It's very distorted. Yeah. And he produces a lot of his own stuff, and it shows. Like, the production by itself is so strange compared to what you would normally hear. So, yeah, I'm really digging it. And,
I have so much respect for people who self-produce and shit.
Yes.
I wish I was that good.
Like, it is... Okay, I've made one beat, and that's it. That, like, in all music, for the past, like, year and a half, one beat. Because, like, it's difficult, and if you don't have the swing of it, you'll spend fucking hours on it. At least for me, anyway.
When I tried to teach you how to use Soundtrap, I felt like such a dick, because I have zero patience. And whenever you were arguing with me. I'm like, fine, you fucking do it. I just left. You're like, you're supposed to be teaching me.
Yeah. Asked you for help, and I'm like, I kind of like it like this, and you're like, fine then.
You're like, ooh, I hate that snare too. I'm like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget that there's multiple options. Like, you know how there's different presets you can do for
Yeah.
the sound of the drums? I always forget that. I just use the default one, so all my drums always sound the same.
Mm.
And I'm
I don't really like the default sounds, at least for me.
I don't
As
either.
evident.
I haven't produced in a while, dude. I was supposed to make an EP of beats, like just beats for Frostbite. And he didn't even do the
Damn.
first one. Like, dude, that was a good beat.
Oh, I feel that. Making some, yeah. I have so much stuff that I like work on, and then the person just doesn't finish it, and I'm like, don't know if this is getting released, but whatever. Oh, another thing that happened recently, which I talked to you about before we started this, Coke nails.
Coke nails, she got coke nails, and I
Yeah.
can't tell if she want me or my friend.
So,
I love that
Little
so
Peep,
much.
Coke nails finally got released. Finally, well, leaked,
No.
not released.
It is so good.
Yeah,
It's so
I kind of like it. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like the
it
best.
sounds pretty much exactly like the low quality leak, but not
Yeah,
low.
that's the surprising thing.
Yeah. I
Like
didn't
the
really
low
like
quality
the
leak. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird, the background. I don't know how to
Mm.
explain it. It sounds like 𝕊𝖉𝖆's in the background of the chorus and he's not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just sounds
I
weird
was
to me.
surprised by how good 𝕊𝖉𝖆 was on it.
Oh my god, 𝕊𝖉𝖆 killed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
'Cause
𝕊𝖉𝖆 where 𝕊𝖉𝖆 does better than Peep, but it was like they
Mhm.
weren't equal. Peep killed him. But 𝕊𝖉𝖆 did amazing compared to usual.
Mm-hmm.
I was so impressed.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
when he did the
surprising.
faster flow. Oh my
Mm.
god.
Yeah, there's a lot in that track, and I'm fucking so happy that it finally got released. It took so long, but hey, it's out now. So
I've probably listened to it at least 30 times since it got leaked. And it got leaked this morning.
Mhm.
I didn't want to wake up today because I had to wake up really early, and then I went back to sleep when I found out that their games got canceled. So
Mhm.
I went back to sleep, and I woke up and I was like, I'm sleeping again. But I checked my phone just in case, and I saw Coke nails got leaked, and I'm like, okay, I'm staying up.
This is worth ruining my sleep schedule.
It was. If anything, I was oversleeping. No, it wasn't, because I went to bed at like 5 or 4:30 or some shit. I went to bed late. Because not only did I go to sleep late, I couldn't fall asleep for a bit too.
Yeah.
I hate when it happens.
I mean, I have major insomnia problems, so I didn't sleep last night. I've been awake
Really?
just like I've been awake for like 30 something hours, and I don't even feel that tired. So, yeah, gonna have trouble sleeping tonight. Even though I fucking stayed up last night, doesn't really matter. Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, this is kind of out there question because it's not even
Uh-huh.
close to what we're talking about. Well, it is.
Still
It's close to music because it's about music, but like it's unrelated to what we're discussing right now.
Okay.
What do you think
Shoot.
is your best song
Mm-hmm.
that didn't get the amount of attention you wanted or expected?
Let me quickly look through some of my discography to get a good idea of it. I think I have a couple ideas of what would be some of them.
Mhm.
I think that So there's a song that I did, which I have talked about before, which was a feature, and I got sent the open. I did my part on it,
Is
but
it the
my
20
part
second one?
it's the other guy's part is like 20 seconds long, and I'm like a full minute and a half.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about how your part's like 20 seconds on it, and the other guy just repeats the same line over and over.
No. No, it was a feature for. Let me try and find it. I did it ages ago. It was a feature for Reborn.
I love Reborn.
The song is called Daylights, and I love it. I love how it turned out. And basically, the version that he uploaded to YouTube is pretty much what you expect. It's more of a feature. The version that he uploaded to SoundCloud doesn't have his part at the start. So it's just like the instrumental for the first minute.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. But like he did. So we're dealing with it. He has Pro and everything, so he could replace the sound if he wanted, but no, he's keeping it the way it is.
I sent him an open for 𝕻𝖍𝖉𝖔𝖘 too. And like he didn't respond for like a fucking week. Like he still hasn't responded. But after a week, I got tired of him just not answering me. So I just sent it to 𝕻𝖉𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊, and 𝕻𝖉𝖉𝖃 killed it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck Reborn. Like I love Reborn. I love his music. I love his voice. I wonder what he would have done on the open, but he was not responding. So I was like, fuck
That's
it.
like I made an open for Rockstar Zen.
Oh yeah, just didn't get to it.
You just didn't do it. So instead, while very drunk, I sent it to somebody else. So hopefully it'll come out.
I kind of want a song with him, but he charges $10 for features, and I don't know if I want to buy a feature.
I mean, won't be too bad. $10. Yeah.
I've never. Yeah. I don't listen to his music though. I kind of just want a feature because I like working with people that are in our scene. Like I kind of want to work with everybody that I can that's at our level. You know what I mean? But I don't really want to pay for it. So I'm wondering if I could like, you know, since we're close with Greg and Greg has a lot of songs with Rockstar Zen because they're like buddies, I wonder if that could like give me a free feature or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to. I don't want to cheapskate him and be like, yo, I don't want to pay for the feature. And I don't want to ask unless I know that there's a chance I'll have to pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since I don't listen to him enough, I don't even know what style I would make an open for. So I'm kind of just on the line or on the fence about it.
That's fair. I would say, okay, actually, going back to like what I think could be some of my most underrated stuff, right?
Yeah.
I would say that if you go through like my SoundCloud account and what I actually think is the most underrated on my page, I think it's kind of difficult because there's a couple songs that spring up.
Yeah.
But I think I would say either Anymore or 𝕻𝖉𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘𝖘𝖊, which was on the 𝕻𝖉𝖆𝖉𝖉 album. I really like, oh my god, I remember like having those songs finished and feeling like I was holding gold. Just like pure like, oh my god, I love this.
Anymore was good, and I'm not gonna state my opinion on Hate Me. Or Hate Myself.
Love you too, Chrissy. Yeah. I don't think there's any others that like stand out. There's some which I'm feeling like that's kind of weird that like got more attention than others. Like I did not expect Moon to do well at all.
I thought it was really good, but I didn't. You know, I feel like there's certain titles that just catch your ear or your eyes, and you're like, oh, that looks like it'll be a good song. I didn't think Moon would be a title that would attract people.
Yeah, that's one of the most surprising ones for me.
See, what's confusing for me is any title of mine that has fuck in it does really good. Like, but I posted a song called Fuck Up. It's one of the best songs I've made. And it has like 9 plays. And I'm like, what the fuck? How? Because it's genuinely so good. And everybody who's listened has said like, oh, yo, this is really good. And I'm like, then send it to people because it's not getting attention.
Yeah.
That's what I specifically did on the album that's releasing soon, just because I wanted to get more plays, and because it fits. It's in the style.
But mostly the plays. Mostly the plays.
Mostly the plays. Yes.
Yeah.
Deserves it. And Crystal is doing extremely well, and I was really hoping it would do well, but I didn't expect it to. Yeah. But it's very experimental compared to normal, and that's why I think it's my favorite song I've ever made. It's just because it's so different than everything else, but it works. And I'm scared to make anything else like it because I'm scared it won't be as good.
Yeah, that's understandable. Like Ice on My Wrist for me. Like I released that and people were like, "Oh my god, I love this song." And I'm like, "Really?" Like I originally planned to never release that.
It's so good though. Really? I love how you use more auto-tune than normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I had it sitting on my desktop. So I originally made that song. Actually, go ahead and guess. When do you think I made that?
4
What
months
month?
ago.
4 months. So I actually wrote it in January.
Oh boy. When did you
Yeah,
record
8
it?
months ago. I recorded it then because I don't write my
Oh.
stuff down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those vocals are 8 months old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you clean it up at all before you released it?
Yeah, I cleaned it up like 5 months ago, and then I had that sitting on my desktop. And then right before I released it, I cleaned it up a slight bit more with some like fine tweaking. But it was pretty similar to even the version in January. Yeah, it was pretty much the same song. It didn't sound as good.
Yeah.
But it was very similar. So yeah, I originally was like, I'm not gonna release that.
I
But yeah.
I loved it. My grandpa likes it too.
Hmm.
My grandpa's a
Surprising. I
rock
mean,
star.
yeah,
You're like
I'm
in
happy
his
that.
top 3. Like I think you're second or third.
Yeah, that's insane.
You're up there. I think Peep is his all-time favorite.
God damn.
His second favorite is either you or Sewer Person or Juice World, and that would be the top 3. Well, it'd be the top 4. Lil Peep, Juice World, Sewer Person, and you are in his top 4. I just don't know the order.
One of those things is not like the other. Yeah, I don't even know what to say because I get sent stuff like that all the time, and I'm like, how do I respond to this?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like I fucking love it so much. It's insane.
What do you say? Like,
yeah. Do you say the same thing every time of like, thanks, you know, thumbs up? Because it does mean so much. But even though I do it for fucking living, sometimes it's difficult to find the words. So, yeah.
𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖉𝖔 just got leaked completely untagged.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't listened yet, but it's in the announcement. Hold on.
Okay, breaking news for the Destination Procrastination podcast. 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖉𝖔 got leaked. This is gonna be released like a week later or whatever, but that's how you know how dated this is.
So what I'm assuming, it'll probably be on the next compilation album, like they did with Everybody's Everything. They're doing another one like that in November, or at least that's what sources say. It's not confirmed, but this server knows everything. So they're saying we're gonna get In the Car pretty soon. Nice. Not leaked, like it's gonna get released, and it might be on the compilation album. If it's not, it'll get released as a single. Nice. So they're also saying a compilation album is coming soon, like they did with Everybody's Everything. And they know that, what was the song name? Everything Hurts. I don't know if you've heard that or not. It's going to be on there.
Oh, yeah. I know that, yeah.
They don't know if it's going to be a remix version or the original, because there's 2 versions of the song. Both are leaked. They don't know which one's going to be. They just saw the title. So they're like,
yeah, okay. Interesting. Hope those do well, I suppose, because it's nice to finally get them like in full quality. Yeah. That's the main thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. If I were to stop making music for any reason or whatever, if my stuff got leaked, like even if I really didn't like it and I thought that it was bad, like I still made it.
So you'd want it out after you did it,
yeah. I wouldn't say that I won out, but I wouldn't like object to it, you know? Because like it is still me. Even if I don't like it, it's still part of me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you have my account. I'm like, yo, if anything ever happens, what?
Oh, you were lagging.
I mean, I told you I changed. Oh, I told you I changed my password. I didn't change my password.
Oh, okay.
So you have my
okay,
account.
Cool. Yeah, I was like, is he really? Does he care enough?
I don't know what I changed it to. Would I just add the extra number?
Yeah.
Because I feel like whenever I change my password for something, I just add an extra number.
Just add 1 at the end, and now it's gone from like a weak password to like extra strong.
Exactly. But yeah, that's why like if something happens to me, And I cannot see a world where something happens to me before something happens to you. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying I really can't.
That's probably true.
You're the one who will be in charge of unprivating everything.
Yep, will do. You're gonna unprivate what I have, but there's not much, and also it's bad. So
Same. I mean,
Yeah.
I have stuff privated from I don't even know how long ago.
my first ever song, I still have privated. Yeah, released
not?
10th of January, 2019.
Although I do have one request. If you ever
Yeah.
release on the block, can you please do the bass boosted version only?
Yes.
We're gonna let like hackers and leakers and stuff get the original instead of you releasing. And you know what?
And you know I'm going. Everybody listening, this might be a little hint towards next April Fools, hopefully.
Oh shit! No.
I hope so. I hope so.
If you send me that file, I will release it on April Fools.
Okay. Yeah. Bet.
We're doing an April Fools.
I'll hold you to that, by the way. I have this in audio recording format now, so
Yes,
yeah, your arm is
that one
twisted.
video we had for an April Fool's song together on your account. I forget what it was. Like it was a song together. It was gonna be on a really weird topic. I forget what it was.
No, it's just a normal song, and then your part kicks in. That's what makes it the April Fools. Yeah.
That's how we felt about Whiplash when I talked about smoking weed before I did it.
LMAO. I wonder if I've done that. I probably have.
Don't you talk about cocaine in some songs?
Yeah. I know friends who do cocaine. But
oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. I know a couple people who have done it, but still.
Zero Person's gonna have a feature on Garden's new album.
Ooh.
I'm excited. Sexy. They haven't worked together since like a long time ago. Like 2018.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, like 2018 or 2019. No, before
Damn.
2019. He hasn't made a single song with Zero Person. So back in Ninetales stage, mid Ninetales stage. Like before Ninetales was even done. Like not close to the end. I'm trying to think of when that would be. Like 2018. Early 2018.
God damn.
Around the time of like Lavender release. Oh wait. It would be better if I gave Garden terms and not Ninetales terms.
Yeah.
Oh, what would Garden be making at that time? It was before I Think You're Really Cool, like. Or I Think You're Really Cool. It was before that. Around the time of Open House, I think. Open House is such a good song.
Yeah, it really is. It's great. Let's see. I think like August was the latest I can find, but you know, that's just like a quick search, and that's whatever it takes. And I'm sure they did stuff after that, but
oh yeah, they did emo punk shoddy. They did nothing. They did suffocate, and I think those are the only three they've done besides the one you just said. Whatever it takes.
Damn. I mean, I think they work just so well together. So
they do on Whatever It Takes, and they do on emo punk shoddy, but nothing in suffocate really don't. It doesn't feel like a song. You know what I mean? It feels like
Crizzy's gonna die tonight. Crizzy's gonna be stabbed in the throat while he sleeps.
I love both of them. Their styles just didn't work together very well when Ninetales was
definitely dead. He's so dead right now.
No, hear me out. Okay. It was weird because Garden tried to do Ninetales style in those songs. I think Garden did better than Ninetales on those songs. The two that I've said I don't like that much. Garden did better. Garden did like a more Ninetales-esque style. And Ninetales just, I don't even know what the fuck he was doing. But I was like, if he just did his own style, they would have matched perfectly. But instead, he did like rapper Ninetales without a bunch of distortion and effects and stuff. It was just like, kind of like Whatever It Takes Ninetales on a song where it should have been like normal Ninetales. And 8 p.m. Ninetales. That kind of style he did. Wait, was Garden on 8 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another song they did together. I like that one together too, without that one bar.
Yes, of course, that one bar. That cursed one bar.
Cursed one bar. Oh shit, I don't even know how long we've been
We've been going for a while.
Yeah.
It's about an hour. Actually, it's over an hour.
It feels like over an hour. Our intro section was way longer than. Wait, no, it was our How You Be section was way longer than it was supposed to be. Do you think we should start doing the outro? And
yeah, I think we should pretty much wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Well, we'll have all our links in the description of the YouTube upload.
Yeah.
Don't know when that.
𝕾𝖍𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘.
Yes.
Do you have anything coming out soon that you want to promote?
Tomorrow I have a song called 𝕻𝖍𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘, and then I have an album coming the 31st.
Nice. Speaking of tomorrow and songs coming out, 𝕾𝖍𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘, I have some bad news. I also have a song coming out tomorrow.
I fucking hate your guys.
Yeah, I know, right? I have a song with 𝕾𝖆𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘 coming out tomorrow. Yeah, it's that one.
Oh, I like that one. Fuck.
Yeah, that one I showed you. Yeah, I have that coming out tomorrow.
And the
you
one
heard
I'm
it here first, folks. Yeah, that's coming out tomorrow. It should be releasing on Spotify and SoundCloud pretty much at the same time, around 8 p.m. GMT. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on at the moment.
I won't release on Spotify when it releases on SoundCloud because One Way Distro is being fucking stupid. So, yeah, they haven't approved the release yet, even though I sent it in like 5 days
Actually, one thing we need to keep in mind, this isn't going to be released like tonight, right?
I don't know.
So, yeah, so like, damn.
I don't know. You're doing the uploading because you're going to have the files. My computer cannot hold the file to this. I have 500 megabytes left on my computer.
Yeah. Just for everybody's knowledge, 𝕾𝖍𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘's computer really is that terrible. So
it is shit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll look after all that. But yeah,
right.
That's what I have coming out tomorrow. That's what 𝕾𝖍𝖆𝖉𝖔𝖘's coming out tomorrow. Check it out. It's going to be
Join us
good.
next week.
Yes, that is true. We'll hopefully be recording these every week, and we'll hopefully have a guest on next week.
Yes.
Yes.
Have a lovely day.
Love you all.
Bye.
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 I want the last word.
No.
Bye.